for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to
rumble! Yeah. What's up, everybody? What's going on, man? KB in the building. KB, I see you, man. I see you, homie. KB, Wizard Sleeve, what's going on, brother? Halim, what's going on? Mr. Angus, what's going on, fam? Yeah. This is our boy, Coach Malachi Williams. We going live again today. As you know, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We go Monday through Friday. Pretty much, and we do rock on the weekends every now and then as well. I know I've been taking a break for the past couple of weekends, but I'm going to get back on the ball. I just been very busy, guys. Very, very busy. You know what I mean? But hey, man, Boxing Clever, what's going on, fam? Lisa Bales, what's going on, sis? How you doing? Always good to see Lisa. Lisa, Mr. Agnes, Mr. Angus, KB, Wizard Sleeve, Halim, what's going on, fam? Listen, man, we're gonna have a real good show today, bro. I got my pad. I have some notes. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna take some, I took some good notes, man, because this particular interview, about hold on, guys. Wait a minute, I'm gonna make sure. This particular interview about Tyson Fury being very confident about this fight that's going to happen with him and Anthony Joshua is very encouraging. Sergio, what's going on, fam? Yes, I have news. KB, I have news. Now, I want to address the interview that Tyson Fury had. You see what I'm saying? Because it was very encouraging. I'm not going to lie. We do know Tyson Fury does lie a lot, but I felt encouraged after watching the interview. As a matter of fact, I did drop the link in the description of this video, so you will be able to see the actual video, the actual link of the interview that he did. And I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to share the screen with you guys. You know how I am. I love to show receipts. You see what I'm saying? Fury said today, last day. Yeah, he did say that. CH4LO, what's going on, fam? I want to give everybody a round of applause. That's in the chat right now. Everybody a round of applause. Clap over here too, man. I'm gonna clap over here too, man. Round of applause for everybody. We know everybody gonna roll in. It's gonna get kind of thick in a minute. We already know this, right? So this is an exclusive interview. So I want to talk about that. Everybody a round of applause right quick, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat. We know it's gonna get thick in a minute. You know what I mean? It's not Facebook, but YouTube is sending out notifications everywhere right now as we speak. So everybody will roll in eventually. But yeah, man, Fury did say that today is the last day, but he also said that he's 100% sure and confident that this fight will happen. He said he's 1,000%. As a matter of fact, let me share the screen, guys, where I saw this interview at. I watched it myself. I think the interview is 35 minutes and 12 seconds. So it was a whole lot of positives in there. Boxing Clever, what's going on, fam? Kathy Watkins, what's going on? There is nowhere for Tyson Fury to, what do you say, sis? Kathy, what do you say? There's nowhere for Tyson Fury to run and hide. As he has documents he needs to sign. You can't take Fury at face value because he lies too much. Yes, I agree with that. I had to learn the hard way about Tyson Fury lying all the time. But when I actually heard him say it, and in the IFL interview, Kathy, when he said that, hey, you just never know with me whether I'm lying or telling the truth, because when I'm lying, people don't believe me. He said that when he's telling the truth, people don't believe him anyway. So you never know if he's lying or telling the truth. When I heard him say that told me everything I needed to hear. Right? So it is what it is. And I just want to make sure, you know what I mean? Because we did see that Tyson Fury was going into a fight with Vladimir Klitschko in the second fight. He went on the press conference and everything, and he skipped out on it. He backed out of the fight, even after he went on the press conference. Let me put this phone on mute because I don't want to hear anything. But based on what Tyson Fury is saying, if you trust what he's saying, and I don't, but just based on what he was saying, he did look kind of nervous a little bit in the interview. Like he was hoping that the interviewer would not ask him tough questions, but he addressed the Wilder arbitration situation. So he did address that, guys. He did address the 2-fight deal that he has on the table for the fight Anthony Joshua. He did address that Joshua has no mandatories right now that's going to force him to give up a belt. And he says that he has no mandatories that's going to force Fury for him to give up his WBC belt. You see what I'm saying? So, guys, I have to break this down. For you guys because you know the narrative, right? Shelton Moore, what's going on, sir? What's going on with you? So you know the narrative, right? We know the narrative. Anybody want to jump in, let me know and talk. Let me know. But let me say what I have to say, because I want to make sure I cover my points before I invite everybody in. You know what I mean? So Shelton Moore, salute to you, brother. Wizard Sleeve, salute to you. Brandon, what's going on, bro? What's going on with you? FL Jabbar, that's FL Jabbar, Dubois. Yeah, that'll be a good fight. I don't know who I pick on that. That'll be a tough fight for me to pick on. You know what I mean? So Jay Fletcher, Jay, what's going on? Big ups. What's up, USA? Big love from the UK. Salute to the UK. Salute to the UK. Serious. What you say? I hope Fury is serious about the fight, because God knows I am. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So guys, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you guys this interview. If you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it already. But don't worry, guys. Just in case you haven't, I have the link in the description below. So this is the interview. This is with Behind the Gloves. And I think the young lady her name is Michelle Joy Phelps. So this is the interview. So the headline, the title, the headline is kind of deceiving, because what she did was she took I guess what she did was she just, because Tyson Fury did say, if I don't know anything by Tuesday, I'm going to move on. He did say that. My question is, move on to who though? Who you gonna move on to, Fury? Who you gonna move on to? Because ESPN is not paying you to fight anybody, any bums. This is why when he was supposed to fight, when Fury was supposed to fight Wilder last year, and that didn't come through, he wanted to fight another guy. I forgot the guy's name. It was a bum though. And ESPN say, no, we're not going to pay you a lot of money to fight this no-name guy. Because ESPN has lost a lot of money with Tyson Fury. You see what I'm saying? Tyson Fury is not a big draw. So ESPN and Bob Arum has lost a lot of money with Tyson Fury. So for all you Fury fans out there, this is what's going on. Fury is not a draw like that. You know what I mean? Bob rank is in the negative with him, because he fought to what, Tom Schwartz or Jim Schwartz, Tom Schwartz. He fought Odo Wallin. He fought two more. Remember, he fought two guys before he fought Wilder in the first fight, and then he fought two more guys before he fought Wilder in the second fight. Again, you see what I'm saying? So those 4 fights that Fury had, I think it was 3 or 4 fights he's had, ESPN, the top rank, lost a lot of money. They are in the red with Tyson Fury. So the only time they made some of that money back was when he fought Wilder, right? And the first Wilder fight, it didn't do too good. It did 300,000 pay-per-view buys. The second fight, it did 800,000 to 850,000 pay-per-view buys. But they are still in the hole because they lost so much money. They lost so much money with Fury, right? They lost so much money with Fury in those 4 bum fights that he's had. You see what I'm saying? So now they are not going to pay Tyson Fury guys money to fight any more bums. So if he says he's going to walk away, where are you going to walk away to? There's nowhere to run at this point. You have to fight now. You see what I'm saying? Because ESPN is not going to pay you. They're not going to pay you to fight no bums. You're going to have to fight now. You see what I'm saying? So, but this headline is kind of deceptive, guys. I will say this, because he did say that if he doesn't hear anything by Tuesday, which is today, he will walk away. But I say all that to say this, guys. He said a whole lot of he said a whole lot of good things in his interview. So I have my notes. So I'm going to, let's see. At the 8-minute and 42-second mark, Fury talks about the Wilder arbitration. So Michelle asks, this is what she asked him. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let you guys hear it for yourself. Okay, let me let you guys hear it for yourself. I think that's only fair. Give me a thumbs up if you want to hear it for yourself. I'll let you guys hear it. Just give me a thumbs up and let me know, okay? If not, we can skip it, but I can just tell you what was said. But just give me a thumbs up if you want to hear it for yourself. Here in the UK, you know that he doesn't fight. Yeah. Shelton Moore as contenders, yes. Yeah, guys, just give me, if you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up and let me know if you just want to hear this little snippet of what Tyson Fury said. Because Halim, good looking out. Because the Alphabet Boys, I just saw a video not too long ago from Blue Balls. The Alphabet Boys are saying that proof Tyson Fury says that he has to pay Deontay Wilder millions of dollars in step aside money. False. He never said that. He never said that, guys. He never said it. I watched the whole interview, 35 minutes and 12 seconds of the interview. He never said that. Let me know if you guys can see it. Can you see it clear, or do I need to blow the video up? If I need to blow it up, let me know. Let me know if I need to blow it up. Okay, if you can hear it, if you can see it, good. I do not agree with Tyson's opinion on Wilder, that Wilder will beat up everybody in the heavyweight division. Yeah, we're going to address, Kathy, we're going to address all of that. We're going to address all of that, Kathy. So let's go to the 8-minute mark of the video, because I don't agree with that neither. I don't agree with that neither. But let's go to the 8-minute mark of the video. Come on, guys. Let me, hold on.
Going head to head in a mammoth fight.
Okay, let's do this. I'm trying to get it to that mark so you guys can hear it, because I want you guys to hear exactly what I heard. Man, I don't know why this computer running slow right now, man. You know, I don't clean it and everything. You know what I mean? Tune, salute the tune. Salute the tune for the super chat. Salute the tune for the super chat.
Super chat.
Tune. What you say? Hold on. Let me move this to the side.
Yeah.
Let me pause this. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Hold on. Let me do this. I'm gonna let you guys hear this. I don't know why this is running. I know why it's running slow, because I have this stream on, right? This stream. I'm using a stream called StreamYard. I pay for it. You know what I mean? But when you're streaming, I'm streaming over my Wi-Fi, which you should never stream over your Wi-Fi, guys. But I'm streaming over my Wi-Fi right now. I'm not too far from my modem. But anyways, let me it's Bunny family just sliding through. Tune, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Because I want to give a shout out for the super chat before we go on.
Hey, Leroy.
All right.
Super chat.
Shout out to Tune for the super chat. Bunny gang, okay. It's Bunny family just sliding through. Okay, Bunny, what's going on? What's going on, Bunny? What's going on with you? Good looking out for the super chat. See, I have my little stream deck over here, guys. So I got all my little sound effects programmed in. Okay, now let's get back to this, right? Let's get back to this. All right, Arlene, good looking out for that. Let's get back to this. Okay, now at the 8-minute and 42-minute mark, Michelle asked Tyson Fury. She asked him, "Is the Wilder mediation / arbitration? Is the Wilder mediation stopping you from fighting Anthony Joshua?" Right? This is what she asked him, and he didn't really get into it, but he basically said no, right? And he basically said that he kind of basically said no. So when asked, can he move forward with the Joshua fight without the arbitration or the mediation being held against him, and he said he doesn't know. He said because his lawyers are being paid millions of dollars to handle that. This is what he said. So now, are you guys lagging? You say you're lagging? If you're lagging, guys, let me know. I'll shut this down. It may not be you. It may just be. Hey guys, let me know. Let me know if I'm lagging. If I'm lagging, guys, let me know. Okay, Tune. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's hear what Tyson Fury says. Let's see what he says. Karma Serene, good looking out, sis. Shout out to Karma Serene. I think he's legally bound not to speak about the mediation. Yes, he said that. KB says I'm lagging. Okay, so let me shut this down. So I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it because apparently I'm lagging. So I'm not gonna play it. So I just tell you what's going on. Am I lagging now? Let me remove it. All right. I just removed it. So I shouldn't be lagging anymore. I just removed it. So what it is when you're streaming over the Wi-Fi and you're trying to play stuff from the internet, it may give you a lag sometime. Right. So basically this is what he said. He really couldn't get into it because there's a gag order. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but there's a lot of videos that I shot in the past. And I said, listen, man, if there's anything going on with that arbitration and mediation, we wouldn't know anything about it because there's a gag order. This stuff is done behind closed doors. I know this. You see what I'm saying? Because I know people who've been in arbitration before, not for boxing, but for other stuff, getting sued and stuff, right? There's a gag order. You see what I'm saying? So when you hear the Alphabet Boys saying that, yeah, Tyson Fury has to pay Wilder this and that, and they speak as though they know, they're lying. Because the only one would know that is the actual arbitrator, the one who is going to be held responsible to make the decision. That's the only one that's going to know this. So I've always been consistent in saying that, okay, you guys are saying that Fury's supposed to pay Wilder $10 million in step aside money, $5 million. Then it went to $20 million. Then it went to $30 million. Then it went to $50 million. Then Blue just said it went to $70 million. And then Fanon says $100 million. And then $120 million. And Fury has to pay Wilder $10 million down payment for a layaway plan. So if you're from the UK, a layaway is a down payment or something. In the US, we have something called layaway. You know, when I was growing up, they had it anyways. Let's say you want to buy something that costs $500. You don't have all of the money to pay for it. So what you do is you put maybe $100 down on it, and you go into an agreement with the person who you're renting the layaway from, and you're paying, and you put so much money down on it every month or every week until you pay the full remaining balance off of it. And then once you pay it off, you can bring it back. This fool is saying that a layaway plan for a settlement, for a financial settlement in order for him to fight Anthony Joshua. Let me run something by you guys. Now, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but my GED education tells me this. You know, name something I forgot I was going to say. Yeah. All of the sanctioning bodies have cleared Anthony Joshua to pursue this fight, meaning he doesn't have any mandatories that's going to force him to fight anyone else so that he can fight Tyson Fury, right? Tyson Fury doesn't have any mandatories that's stopping him from fighting Anthony Joshua. If Tyson Fury was going to be mandated to fight Deontay Wilder for a third fight, why are all the parties that's involved are going ahead and going further and going ahead with this fight with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua? Explain that to me. Why they are not saying, you know what, we can't get into no contract with you. You are legally bound to fight Deontay Wilder for a third fight. Why are all of these different countries and sanctioning bodies, from the WBC, the IBF, the WBO, and the WBA, why are all of these different sanctioning bodies and people from different countries who want to invest this kind of money and trainers and stuff, why are everybody not, we're not going to talk about trainers, but why are all of the business people, the movers and the shakers in the business are all lined up to make this fight happen? Why are they not saying, hey, Fury, no, you can't fight because you're legally bound to fight Wilder, and Wilder's the one, he's so powerful, he's blocking this from happening? That's question number one. Question number two is this. I see pictures of Anthony Joshua training, getting ready for a fight. He's getting ready to fight somebody. He's getting ready to fight somebody. He's not getting ready to fight Alexander Usyk. We know that. Usyk is fighting Joe Joyce. He's not getting ready to fight Dillian White. He's not getting ready to fight anyone else in his belt. So who is Anthony Joshua training for? That's one. Number two, who is Tyson Fury training for? So you may say, hey, well, Tyson Fury is training to fight Deontay Wilder because he has to fight him for a third fight. False. But let's say I run with that narrative for a little bit. If that's the case, why we don't see any videos of Deontay Wilder training? This for all you Wilder fans who may run across this video. Why we don't see any videos of Deontay Wilder training anywhere? We've seen videos of him twerking. We've seen videos of him at the gun range shooting his gun. We see videos of him playing in his house with his beautiful wife, basketball. We don't see any videos of him training, getting prepared for a fight anywhere. Normally, when you are a fighter of that caliber, you are training. When you are on that caliber that Deontay Wilder is on, you are on that level to where when you start training, like his other fights, you'll see him, training out in public. Always. I can go on the internet to find videos of Billy Joe Saunders training, getting ready for Canelo Alvarez. I can go online and find videos of Devin Haney training and Teofimo Lopez and everybody. And all of a sudden, we don't see Wilder training nowhere. So if what the Alphabet Boy is saying is true, that Fury is going to have to fight Wilder for a third fight, Fury is in camp training right now, but we don't see Wilder training nowhere. So why we don't see any videos of him training anywhere? That's how you know it's false. It's fake news, propaganda. It's wishful thinking from the Alphabet Boys. If you're new to the channel, you know who the Alphabet Boys is. They are the Slow Learner Disability Boxing Community, SLDBC. right? That's the acronym that I gave them. Now, let's go ahead. So Fury didn't really talk much about it when he was asked about arbitration. But this is what he said word for word, because I did write it down. He said that when asked can he move forward with the Joshua fight without it being held against him, Fury did say, and I quote, he said he doesn't know. Now, I don't believe that he doesn't know. I think he's lying as it relates to that. You know how I know he's lying? Because he said right after that, I'm 100% guaranteed, 1,000% guaranteed that this fight will happen. So if you 100% know and 1,000% sure that this fight is going to happen in one breath, how are you going to turn around and say in another breath you don't know this fight, this arbitration is going to stop you from fighting Anthony Joshua? He does know. He does know. So that's smoke and mirrors right there, right? And he did say that because his lawyers are being paid millions of dollars to handle that issue with him. So the arbitration is still going on. Bob Arum lied and said that Wilder lost. He didn't lose. Arbitration is still going on. Now, we don't know what the arbitrator is going to do. But apparently, all parties involved, guys, all parties involved know enough to know this, that whatever the arbitrator rules on, he's not going to stop Fury from fighting Anthony Joshua and fighting Anthony Joshua from fighting Fury. So he's not going to stop that. This is why all of these people who have all of this money and the power movers and shakers, Eddie Hearn going all over the goddamn world. Eddie Hearn ain't no fool. You think Eddie Hearn would be going all over the world trying to make a fight happen if he knew for a fact that this fight was not going to happen? That Wilder, this country boy from Alabama, was stopping this mega fight from happening? Of course not. Too much money involved in this. Now, still yet to be seen if Fury will step into the ring. I will say that. I got to put that out there as a disclaimer. You know, because, you know, Fury did say that he lies a lot and you never know when he's lying and telling the truth. And he has pulled out in the fight before with Vladimir Klitschko for the second fight. So I say all that as a disclaimer, right? But in this interview, he did say that he's 1,000% sure that this fight is going to go down. He did say that. You know what I mean? But I say all that to say this. At the 9:55 minute mark, Fury addresses Wilder because she asked him a question about Wilder. Fury said that as it relates to allegations of cheating. She said that Fury says Wilder said hurtful things about him cheating that wasn't true. All because Wilder could not handle a loss. Wilder has let himself down as a champion and as a warrior because he couldn't accept defeat at the hands of the Gypsy King. Fury also said at the 10-minute and 30-second mark of the video that Wilder accused the Nevada Athletic Commission of cheating as well, along with the WBC and Mark Breland. So all of these entities conspired against Wilder to cheat him when he fought Tyson Fury. Remember, I said this, guys. Now, anybody who's been following me for a while, and I know I'm yelling in the mic. I know I'm yelling. I apologize. I'm just a yelling type guy. But remember, I said this. In order for Fury to be able to cheat the way Wilder said and the Alphabet Boy said, that means everybody had to be in on it. That means Mauricio Suleiman, president of the WBC, had to be in on the conspiracy to cheat Wilder. That means JD's, who is Team Wilder, his manager and trainer, had to be in on it. He saw Fury get his hands wrapped, and he signed off on the gloves when they wrapped the gloves, right? That means the referee would have had to be in on it when he checked the gloves. That means that the Nevada Athletic State Commission would have had to be in on it because they kept the gloves in a safe. You see what I'm saying? That means that all of these people would have had to conspire against the country boy from Alabama. Come on, man. So I'm glad Fury addressed that. That lets me know that I was on point when I said this in my videos. I said this. I said, listen, in order for this to happen, all of these people would have had to conspire against him. Why would all of these Americans, Athletics Nevada Commission, American referee, American trainer who trains with Wilder, two of them, Mark Breland and JD's, American, Mauricio Suleiman over here in America. All of these Americans are going to conspire against the American heavyweight champion of the world to help someone, a foreigner, Tyson Fury from the UK, defeat the American heavyweight champion. Do you know how silly that sounds? Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, but for you to say that was to happen, that means Tyson Fury would have had to pay everybody off. I'm going to pay all of you guys off to allow me to put egg weights in my gloves and cheat. And if you know anything about egg weights, there's no way you can put egg weights inside of your hand and fit it in the glove and ball your fists up. I have some egg weights. You see what I'm saying? I mean, come on, guys. But that's neither here nor there. I'm glad Fury addressed that. Now, at the 12-minute and 50-second mark of the interview, Tyson Fury, the interviewer asked Fury, if he loses to Joshua, would he consider AJ the best of his era? Tyson Fury said no. His reasoning for saying no was, he said, because AJ hasn't fought anybody. Now, this is why I disagree with Tyson Fury at. Anthony Joshua has a better boxing resume than Tyson Fury. Now, if you are a pro Tyson Fury fan or whatever the case may be, you're going to argue with that. I'm not here to argue with you on that. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at the record. Tyson Fury fought two notable, well-known guys. He fought Vladimir Klitschko, and he didn't rematch him, and he fought Deontay Wilder. Outside of that, I can't tell you who Tyson Fury fought. I know he fought Derek Chisora back in the day, but that's about it, right? So, I'm not here to argue about that. I disagree with Tyson Fury when he say Anthony Joshua hasn't fought anybody. But this is what he said, though. He said AJ would have to beat him, Tyson Fury, and he would have to beat Wilder to be considered the best. So I do understand his logic in that. But the question was, if Anthony Joshua beats Tyson Fury, this is what she asked him, would he consider Anthony Joshua the best of his era? He said no. So basically he's saying even if Anthony Joshua beats him, he still would have to beat Wilder in order to be considered the best. Right? This is what Tyson Fury said. I'm not saying this. This is what Tyson Fury said in the interview. The interview is Behind the Gloves with Michelle, right? I have the link in the description so you guys can watch it, right? So you guys can watch it. So damn, don't you get it, coach? He is our king. He would never lie onto his subjects. Oh, shit, and more. Hey, man. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link in the description so everybody can come in, right? So, but you know me, man. I just like to show everybody. I like to come with receipts. You have the interview. I have the link in the description so you can look at the interview for yourself. The interview is 35 minutes and 12 seconds long. I know how long the interview is because I watch it from beginning to end, right? Go straight to the source. Hear it out of the man's mouth himself. So this is what Fury said, right? Now, at the 13-minute and 34-second mark of the video, because everything else was just, they wasn't really talking about much or nothing. But Fury he seemed like he was in a good mood. I don't know. He kind of seemed like he was nervous a little bit to me, but that's neither here nor there. We can only go by what a person says out of their mouth and then watch the actions that follow, right? That's all we can do. Fury said that Joshua won't beat him. That's what he said. And Joshua wouldn't beat Wilder. I totally disagree with that. Fury said that he's the only one, he would bet a lot of money on Wilder to beat AJ, even though he doesn't like Wilder. He said he doesn't like Wilder because Wilder made all these accusations and lies about him. I get that. I understand that, right? I understand that. So, but for him to say that Joshua won't beat Wilder, that's his opinion. That's not fact. That's not fact. The only way we would know if Joshua could beat Wilder, they would have to get in the ring. So I disagree with Tyson Fury on that. I'm not a Tyson Fury fanboy. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm not an Anthony Joshua fanboy. I'm not any boxer's fanboy. I have no dog in the fight. Tyson Fury's from the UK. Joshua's from the UK. Whatever UK has going on, that's between you guys. That had nothing to do with me. I had someone fall out with me. I'm not going to say any names. I had someone fall out with me because this person, not going to say it's a male or female, but this person had an interview with someone, a reputable person, and the interview kind of went sour. And someone who was friends with the interview, the person who joined, said that this person called the person that was interviewing on the show. They said this person was what was the word they used? Discrimination or something like that. Not discrimination. They didn't say racist, but if you look at the word racist, basically that's what they was insinuating. They was insinuating that. I saw the whole video. The person got upset with me because I wouldn't choose sides. The person got upset with me because somebody who is following me in the chat right now, this person was trying to tell me, hey, you need to get this person from being a moderator on your channel. I'm like, hold up. What I do on my channel is what I do on my channel. You don't dictate what Coach Malachi Williams do over here. Now, if you have a problem with somebody, that's between you and that person you have a problem with. I have nothing to do with that. I don't have a dog in the fight because I watched the video and I saw where it went wrong at. You was wrong in certain aspects. What you said triggered this person to respond the way they did. You see what I'm saying? That's the way I seen it from what I watched. But hey, it's just a mistake. You don't like Tyson Fury. You don't like the people who work with Tyson Fury. I get that, right? You took your dislike for Tyson Fury into that interview. I know this for a fact because I spoke with this person. We don't talk anymore. The person disassociated themselves from me, and that's fine. I won't say anything bad about the person. I won't even say the person's name. But I'm telling you how I am. If you want me to be a yes man for you, this is not the channel. I'm not. You shouldn't. You know, I'm not going to be a yes man for nobody. Right? I'm gonna call it the way I see it, with all due respect. That's what I'm gonna do. One time for the super chat. I got AJ beating Wilder only if he don't trade. Wilder hit harder than Ruiz. If he hits like Ruiz in the second fight, that's a easy W. Yeah. Tune. Yeah, absolutely. I like AJ to beat Wilder. I mean, because Tyson Fury kind of put the blueprint out on how to beat him. I like AJ to beat Wilder as long as AJ can take that punch or not get hit. I think he can put together a good game plan where he can beat Wilder. It just depends on what kind of mentality AJ wants to come in with. Now, I will say this here. When Wilder fought Fury the second fight, he did not look the same. I have to be honest with you guys. You know, I bang on Wilder for the excuses he made, but he didn't look the same that second fight. That's not Tyson Fury's fault, though. Tyson Fury did what he had to do. Now, I say all that to say this. I'm not picking sides. If you have a problem with somebody, right? If you have a problem with somebody, and I'm all right with you, and I'm all right with the person who you have a problem with, don't come to me and tell me, oh, you need to pick sides or else. No, hell no. That's you and his problem. Y'all need to work that out. Grown people, grown men and women work their issues out. Don't try to throw me in it. You know what I mean? So I'm not on that. I'm not for that. But now that I cleared that up, I disagree with Fury when he said that Joshua won't beat Wilder. How do you know? They never fought. How do you know? You see what I'm saying? But that's Fury's opinion. I respect that. So now, you don't know who would beat who. I'm not going to take anything from Anthony Joshua. That's a bad boy. And as you know, I'm picking Anthony Joshua to beat Tyson Fury, right? I'm picking it. Now, a lot of people may disagree with that. Some people may fall out with me about that. So be it. I don't care. But I got to pick somebody. I'm picking the underdog. I'm picking, and I always pick, a lot of times when I pick fights, I pick underdogs. Billy Joe Saunders is fighting Canelo Alvarez. I'm picking Billy Joe Saunders. Why? Because he's the underdog. I'm picking the underdog, right? Jose Ramirez is fighting Josh Taylor. That's a 50-50 fight. I don't know who the hell gonna win that fight. I just, you know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you. I gotta look at some more footage on Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. I don't see like 5 of Josh Taylor's fights. I like the kid a lot. I also like Jose Ramirez. That to me, I don't know, man. I really don't know. But I'm going for Billy Joe Saunders over Canelo. Now I know that's an unpopular pick. I get it. I know that's an unpopular pick. I know everyone loves Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo Alvarez is my favorite fighter pound for pound right now. No, well, my favorite fighter is Terence Crawford, but Bruce Ennis is going to fastly be my favorite fighter. Terence might get replaced in a minute, depending on if he don't fight Sean Porter next. He might get replaced, but you know what I mean? Because I'm not in love with fighters. I'm in love with the sport of boxing. That's the difference between me and a lot of other channels. I'm not in love with fighters. I'm in love with the sport of boxing, right? If Billy Joe Saunders retire right now today, or Terence Crawford retired today, or Tyson Fury retired today, guess what? I'm still going to love boxing. I don't give a damn if the Gypsy King fight again ever in his life. Guess what? I'm going to still be a fan of the sport of boxing. Terence Crawford can retire right now. I don't give a damn. He can go back to Omaha, Nebraska. I'm still going to be a fan of boxing, period. Because I love boxing, not fighters, right? I'm past that. I'm 47 years old. I'm past that. I used to be a fanboy, so I get it. We have some grown-ass fanboys, but that's not me. I'm not one of them. You know what I mean? We can agree to disagree. I have no problem with. We're not going to agree on everything. We can agree to disagree. But if your friendship with me is based on me having to agree with you, I don't need your friendship. Period. We can agree to disagree respectfully, right? But I will say this. Billy Joe Saunders has a problem with Canelo Alvarez. He's gonna have a problem because the boy is the real deal. But guess what? Billy Joe Saunders is the real deal as well. He's not that known over here in the United States. This could be his breakout fight. Billy Joe will not win a decision against Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion. He will not win a decision against Canelo Alvarez. But Billy Joe's not going to knock him out either. I don't see no knockout coming from Billy Joe Saunders. But maybe he can outbox him and embarrass him enough to where it forces the judge's hand. Strong possibility, right? Strong possibility. But anyways, Billy Joe Saunders is the underdog. I'm going with Billy Joe. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? So I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know, guys. I'm just letting you know. Sorry about that. I got somebody texting me. I'm just letting you know, guys. Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not a fanboy. I have some Tyson Fury fans, boys. One guy cursed me out. What was his name? Halim. You know who I'm fixing to say? Halim. Halim, you know what I'm fixing to say? What's the guy name? What's his name? I forgot the guy's name, man. He said I was an AJ fanboy. He said I'm on Eddie Hearn's nuts. He said all kind of stuff to me, man. He said all kind of stuff. But I don't take it personal. See, I'm the guy, you can insult me, right? And I won't take it personal. You know why I won't take it personal? Because I understand. Trust me. Super Tunes. Tunes, what's going on? Ennis said he wanted to unify 47, 54, and 60. Maybe 68 in the interview. Do you think he can catch Canelo before hanging him up? I think Canelo is too much for Boots Ennis, in my opinion. He need to leave Canelo alone right now. He's only 23 years old. Canelo is 30, right? But I think Boots Ennis, now you know Terrence Crawford is my favorite fighter. I think he would give Terrence Crawford problems, and I think he would give Errol Spence problems right now. Because at 23 years old, Terrence Crawford wasn't as good as Boots Ennis, in my opinion. And I've been following Terrence Crawford a long time, for about 8 years. And at 23 years old, Errol Spence was not as good as Boots Ennis is. Now, he has all the physical tangibles. But now, it has yet to be seen if he was to get a fight with any one of those guys. Because those guys, he's not going to knock out. They come in to fight. They have a wealth of experience, and they can fight. And there's nothing that he's going to bring to the table that they won't be able to adjust to. You see what I'm saying? So I will say that. But I love Boots Ennis. Out of all of the young fighters, out of Conor Ben, Josh Taylor, Virgil Ortiz, Boots is my favorite fighter out of all the young fighters. I like Boots over anybody that's young. I like Boots over Virgil Ortiz. I like Boots over Conor Ben. I like Boots over if Josh Taylor move up, stay the hell away from. I like Boots over Josh Taylor. I like Boots over Jose Ramirez. If what's my main man in at 135? Not Jose. Teofimo Lopez move up. I like Boots. I like Boots. I love that kid. I love him. I'm just being honest with you. I love that kid. Hands down. I like him. Period. I've been watching boxing long enough to know this guy got all the tools. Now he has to fight somebody. CH Farlow, what you say, Nathan? No, not Nathan. Nathan is a Wilder fan. This guy, Oliver, his name is Emmett Oliver. Emmett Oliver. That used to be in the chat. He called me a fanboy of Tyson and Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's not even like one of my favorite fighters. I love Anthony Joshua. I have so much respect for Anthony Joshua. And I do know there's a lot of people in the UK that don't like Anthony Joshua. Mostly Tyson Fury fans. I get that. Tyson Fury fans, they love Tyson Fury. They're in love with Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury cannot do any wrong. I understand that. I get that. And these are grown-ass men that feel this way. You know what I mean? You know, I was a fan of him until I heard that. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But some fans, even Wilder fans are like that with me. If they don't see that I love Wilder the way they feel like I should love Wilder, they'll call me all kind of names. Some, not all, but some of the Fury fans are the same way. You don't love the Gypsy King the way we love him. Hey man, I don't have a love affair with fighters. I have a love affair with the sport of boxing. That's the difference between me and you. You see what I'm saying? Not you in the chat, guys, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Yeah. But back to what you were saying. Tune. Enos. Let me answer your question. I don't foresee Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence fighting Boots Ennis. It's too much of a high risk, no reward. I don't see them fighting him, right? So the only way he's going to unify, he's going to have to become a mandatory for one of Errol Spence's belts or Terrence Crawford belt. Once he become a mandatory and he's going to have to activate that mandatory, then that's going to force them to fight him. They're not going to fight him right now. Because right now, you know, Terrence Crawford is going on 34 years old. He's at a stage, he's had 37 fights, 29 knockouts. He's at a stage in his career, probably has about maybe 3 more fights left in him, and he's going to hang it up anyways. That's my prediction, right? That's why he's trying to land that Pacquiao fight, because that's the payday. That's going to be a $10 million fight for him. So but I want to see Terrence Crawford fight Sean Porter. That's the fight I want to see. If Terrence Crawford don't fight Sean Porter, Manny Pacquiao's not going to fight you. He turned down the $40 million that he said he wanted. He don't want that, so forget that. He's not going to fight Terrence Crawford. And if I was Manny Pacquiao, I wouldn't fight Terrence Crawford either. Manny Pacquiao is a legend. He's accomplished everything in the sport of boxing. He should retire. He don't need to be fighting these young guys anymore because they're going to kill him. They're going to kill him. Terrence Crawford's not Keith Thurman. Terrence Crawford going to stop him. He's going to stop him. You see what I'm saying? And I don't want to see Manny Pacquiao go out like that because I have too much love and respect for him. So I want him to retire, go off in the sunset, become a senator, continue to be the senator in the Philippines, and maybe become president of the Philippines. Look out for your people and go head on. That's what I want to see Manny Pacquiao do. You step in the ring with Terrence Crawford, that's your ass. Yeah, I can guarantee you that. But he's not going to step in the ring with him. So Boots can unify at the 147 down division. 154, if Charlo is there, he would have to, because he's big enough. He has a big body. He's 5'10", got a 74-inch arm reach. That boy can fight. He can move up and fight those other guys. I think he can. I think he can. You know, over time though, not now. Not now. He'll be able to unify the welterweight division once Errol Spence and them gone. Because they're not going to fight him. I'm telling you guys, they're not going to fight that kid. Why would they? Why would they? See what I'm saying? So, let's see. Let me go ahead and hey, anybody want to jump in, man? Let me go ahead and shout out. Let's see. Sick note, what do you say? Yeah, well, we all shouting about Fury, AJ, but let's face it, Crawford Spence is one we should be calling out. Let's be honest. Yeah, sick note. We want to see Crawford and Spence, but you know, I'm a Terrence Crawford guy. You know what I mean? What you say with the sleeve? Bet against Josh Taylor at your peril. I bet against Josh Taylor. If he step in the ring with someone who I think he's going to lose to, I will bet against him at my peril. Absolutely. If Josh Taylor steps in, let's say Josh Taylor moves up to welterweight, and he was to fight Crawford or Ortiz or Enos or a Spence, I bet against him all day. Like you can take all my money. If Josh Taylor was to move up and fight any one of those guys, you'll win all of my money. I bet against him. Now this Jose Ramirez fight, as related to this fight, I don't know. To me, this is a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight to me, you know. And I have no dog in the fight. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's a 50-50 fight. I'm not a fan of Josh Taylor. I'm not a fan of Ramirez. I like Josh Taylor, but I'm not a fan of his. I like Ramirez, but I'm not a fan of his. So I'm just picking from that standpoint. But I love the kid Josh Taylor. That boy has skills. But Jose Ramirez has skills. But it's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion, you know. But sick note, I agree. We need to see Crawford and Spence. The problem is Spence is saying Crawford is on the other side of the street. He hasn't fought anybody. He needed to get a belt. Terrence Crawford has been a welterweight for 3 years. He's the small guy in the welterweight division. He moved up. He stopped every welterweight that they put in front of him. A little man. A little skinny kid from Omaha, Nebraska. He's done that. Errol Spence said he was on the wrong side of the street. Errol Spence said that he needed to get a belt. He got the belt. Then he's on the wrong side of the street. Then he ain't fought nobody. Then it's 60-40. I guess they negotiating business on Twitter. 60-40, 70-30, and 80-20. Right? I never known fights to get made over social media. But that's where it's at now. So Terrence Crawford said, look, I've been chasing the dude for 3 years. I'm done. It's not going to happen. He don't walk away. But sick note, that is the fight we need to see. But unfortunately, the state of boxing, the way that the state of boxing is right now, that's not going to happen. So I want to see Terrence Crawford fight Sean Porter. Simple as that. He need to fight Sean Porter. Shout out to Jalik the leader. He's been talking up Boots Enos for a minute now. Now other people seeing what he saw. Yeah, I don't see Boots Enos last 4 fights. I love that kid. And he's from Philly. I love fighters from Philadelphia. Period. From the UK and love the sport of boxing and a big AJ fan, a big fan of AJ and Fury. I think it just comes down to levels. With Fury being on a level that no other heavyweight can match, in my opinion. Big up, coach. Yeah, absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that. Tyson Fury is one thing about Fury, I got to give him credit. When he fights fighters, step-up fights, that no one is picking him to win, he wins. In this fight with Anthony Joshua, he's the favorite. Everybody is saying that Tyson Fury is the favorite. All the like top fighters are saying Tyson Fury is the favorite to beat Anthony Joshua. So I'm going for Anthony Joshua because he's the underdog. I'm going for him. You see what I'm saying? What do you say, Fat Apple? Josh Taylor wins 99%. Ramirez didn't even win. Didn't even fight. WBSS. Yeah. I mean, again, I want to see that fight. You know, I don't know who to run with in that. To me, it's 50-50 fight. Get all the bug fights sorted. The bug fights, not just a few. Okay. Let's see. Rocky Valley, what's going on, fam? What's up, big dog? You know, I see AJ knocking Fury out clean in no more than 9 rounds, and maybe way earlier, depending on the statement he intends to make. I believe Joshua will earn all his due respect. If Anthony Joshua stops Tyson Fury, can't nobody hate him. And this is why I disagree with Fury at. Fury says if AJ can beat him, he would not look at AJ as the best of his era because he hasn't fought everybody. He had to fight Wilder. Okay, if AJ beats Fury, Fury beat Wilder. The triangle effect, especially if he knocks Fury out. You see what I'm saying? So I know AJ is the underdog against Fury. The only people who are giving AJ a chance is probably Anthony Joshua fans. But a lot of even the Alphabet boys are saying that Fury is going to knock AJ out, beat AJ. AJ is the underdog. I want to see the line, what Vegas has, the over and under. I'm betting on AJ though. I'm betting on AJ. What do you say? I lean down, Coach Asgard going home. Yeah. Coach Asgard. Yeah, Coach Asgard. You know, I appreciate him stopping in though. You know what I mean? Let's see. Jay Fletcher. I think Fury and AJ is 50-50. Even though I'm a Fury fan, I'm not delusional. Tyson taught me a lesson about no one man being unbeatable. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Taylor will beat Crawford. Josh Taylor will beat Crawford? I love to see that. Tell him to move on up then. Tell him to move on up. Tell Josh Taylor to move on up. I love to see that. I love to see that fight. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't love to see that fight. I seen Josh Taylor drop boxers heavier than him. Yeah. Josh Taylor's a good fighter. You know what I mean? How can Fury be on the other level when his resume is lower opposition fighters? AJ is on the other level ever since he lost to Ruiz and he fought better opposition. That's a great argument. I know 3 fights that Tyson Fury's had. I know he fought Vladimir Klitschko. He fought Deontay Wilder twice. And he fought Derek Chisora back in the day. And that's it. That's like, can anybody tell me any other fighters he's fought from a resume standpoint if we're talking about resumes? And this is not a slight against Tyson Fury. I'm saying I only know 3 fighters. Vladimir Klitschko, Deontay Wilder, and Derek Chisora. For whatever that's worth. Derek Chisora got what? 15, 20 losses? Well, he got like 10, 11 losses, something like that. So, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? I don't know. But there's no way in the hell that Josh Taylor gonna beat no Terrence Crawford. Shelton Moore, what do you say, sir? Toon, you really believe that? I think Toon just joking. Toon, you got to be joking. You don't believe no Josh Taylor gonna beat no Terrence Crawford. Come on, I don't believe that. I think you pulling my leg on that one. When he beat Regis, I knew he legit. Regis is a hell of a fighter. Yeah, Regis is a hell of a fighter. Yeah, absolutely. What you say, Jeff Lucietta? What do you say? If I had a farm, I'll put it on Fury. Yeah, I don't know about no farm, but Fury is the favorite. So, doesn't matter what Spencer Crawford say. It's the sanctioning bodies and the promoters that call the shots. Peter Barnos, I agree with that. But the sanctioning bodies, neither one of those guys are mandatory to fight each other. 1, 2. Crawford has been trying to fight this guy for 3 years. He's tired of chasing him. Like, Crawford is the one. I mean, Spence. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Spence is the one that said you need to get a belt first. Then when he gets the belt, Spence says, "Well, you're on the wrong side of the street. Why don't I just take the easy route and fight Sean Porter and get that belt first?" Then Spence said that I'm the cash cow. You need to accept everything on my terms, 60-40, 70-30, or I'm gonna mess around and offer you 80-20 if you keep tripping. This is Spence. Like, dude, like where I'm come from, I never heard fighters talking about you on the wrong side of the street and this and that. So the guy's tired of it, man. He tired. I'm just saying he's tired. And I like Errol Spence. I'm not an Errol Spence hater. I like Errol Spence. He's a damn good fighter. Terrence Crawford is my favorite fighter, but Errol Spence is a damn good fighter. I like Errol Spence a lot. You know what I mean? But I just want to, keep that same energy. Like, fight everybody the same. You see what I'm saying? Don't go to talking about other side of the street and stuff. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. That's what I don't like. And you with the wrong promotional company. Oh, come on, man. Like, when you go to saying that, but you didn't say it with Sean Porter, you didn't say it with Kell Brook. Kell Brook was on the other side of the street. You ain't say it with him. As a matter of fact, he was in another country. You ain't say it with Lamont Peterson. You ain't, even though all of them was PBC fighters. So basically, you just going to fight all PBC fighters. Because that's basically what Errol Spence is saying. I'm only going to fight PBC fighters. If you're not with the PBC, I'm not going to fight you. That's basically what he's saying. So I don't get it. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to Toon. Let me explain, coach. I think Taylor can take it just based off the opposition. Taylor dug deep against Regis. Yeah. Can't say the same for Crawford. I got to see Crawford against somebody. He had some hell of a fights. Victor Postal. You need to look at Victor Postal. Victor Postal is something else. That was a hell of a fight there, right? You know what I mean? But Crawford can only fight who's willing to fight him. If Errol Spence won't fight him because he was on the wrong side of the street, then he should fight Sean Porter. Sean Porter wants to fight Terrence Crawford. He's been calling him out. Facts. Sean Porter is the mandatory to fight Terrence Crawford. Facts. But Sean Porter hasn't activated his mandatory clause. So explain to me, if you calling the guy out and you are the mandatory, several offers have been made to you. You turned the offers down. Bob Arum did send Sean Porter offers. He turned them down. Why you won't activate your mandatory clause? Explain that to me if you want to fight him. You see what I'm saying? So Errol Spence, Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford would be a hell of a fight. I would love to see that fight. That's the only fight I want to see Terrence Crawford fight. But I know what the Errol Spence fanboys are going to say. If Terrence Crawford fights Sean Porter and he beats him, let's say he drop him a few times to stop him or beat him, they're going to say, "Oh, you fought a washed up Sean Porter." Like they're always moving the goalposts when it comes to Spence. When it comes to Crawford. And if Crawford hasn't fought anybody and he's this easy fighter to fight, why ain't nobody lining up to fight him from the PBC? You would think Crawford ain't nobody. He ain't fought nobody. Let's go fight him and beat him and take his belt. Nobody is trying to come fight him and take his belt. Bruce Ennis called Crawford out. Bruce Ennis called Errol Spence out. Bruce called both of them out. But you don't hear Errol Spence calling Crawford out. Nobody from the PBC is calling Crawford out. Danny Garcia ain't saying nothing. Keith Thurman ain't saying nothing. Errol Spence ain't saying nothing. So this is a nobody kid from the Omaha, Nebraska. He ain't fought nobody, right? I'm just running with their argument. Why you won't fight him then? He has a belt. Why you won't fight him? Take his belt. Like, make that make sense to me. You see what I'm saying? But one time, man, shout out to Toon for the super chat. Okay. Yeah, but Toon, I disagree with you on that. I disagree with you on that, though. Yeah, man, my man, I like Josh Taylor, man, but I don't like him like that. Oh man. What do you say, King Midas? What do you say? You say Fury's best wins against John McDermott, Chisora, Hammer, and Stevenson. All five. like people tell me about John McDermott. They say Fury lost against John McDermott. I don't even know who John McDermott is, man. I'm just be honest with you. Like, I can't tell you 5 people Tyson Fury fought. I can't tell you. I can tell you 5 that Anthony Joshua fought. And I'm not even, and I'm just saying, like, and Joshua fights overseas all the time. You see what I'm saying? I know he fight his mentors. I know the mentors that he fights is in the top 10. Joshua has fought more top 10 fighters than Tyson Fury. I don't think anyone will argue that. Well, let me take that back. Tyson Fury fans will argue that. So let me take that back. Joshua has fought more top 10 fighters than Tyson Fury. Like, I can pull it up right now and show you if you don't believe me. I can pull it up right now. You know, more top 10 fighters. That's public information. That's easy. But that's not to say that Fury won't beat Anthony Joshua. I'm not saying that to say that. I'm just saying that, hey, you know, he has fought more top 10 fighters. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. You want some more 10-4 with that hat, King Midas? Let's see. Peter Barnos, what do you say? Crawford can call all he wants. The sanctioning bodies and the promoters are not on board. It's just talk. Yeah. You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. Lawrence, what do you say? Please tell me. Are we sheep, goats, or humanoids with unique IQs? I don't know what you mean by that. Let's see. Babs, where you been at, Babs? Babs, I haven't seen you since 1979. What's going on? Where you been at? What's going on, Babs? Haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing? You know what I mean? Straight talk, sick, no symptoms. What's going on? Mr. Moore. Let me see Mr. Moore. I just saw Mr. Moore. Let me see. Lisa Bells. What do you say, sis? Mad Dog, H. Bruce, salute. Okay. Let's see. Ron Boy Fresh. Football Sean is not the mandatory. Don't listen to him. He's on the rank number 1, and he never fought a final title eliminator yet. Yeah, you know what? Ron Boy Fresh. I was on his podcast, right, brother? And he said he was the mandatory. He said that. This is what's been going on all over the internet. Sean Porter's the mandatory. I looked on you know what? Let me go back and look on WBO's website again, ranking. But that's what they're saying. Like he is the guy. He's supposed to activate his mandatory. He never activated it. So I just don't understand. You know, yeah, guys, if you're new to the please hit the like button, man. Hit the like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. You see what I'm saying? Hit the like button and subscribe. But yeah, Ron Boy Fresh, that's what he's been saying. Go to the Porterway podcast. He has videos where he's talking about that on there on Ron Boy Fresh. You see what I'm saying? So if he's ranked number 1, who is the mandatory? If he's ranked number? I thought Virgil Ortiz was ranked number 1 and Sean Porter was the mandatory. That's what I thought. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I've been hearing though. You know, he said that. Helene, what do you say? Boost is hungry. Yeah, he good. Yeah, he hungry. He is hungry. Peter Varnos, what do you say? Boost can whistle at the moon. For all the good it would do him. Yeah, you're right about that. No one's gonna fight him because he doesn't have any power. But he doesn't have any power like can make moves like that. He has 27 fights though. Boots Enos has the same amount of fights as Errol Spence. Shelton Moore, what do you say? Nobody wants it with Bud. Yeah, man. The top guys don't. I mean, Sean Porter says he does. He hasn't activated his mandatory clause though. You know. But anyways, let me go ahead and do this. Not share, guys. Let me go ahead and do this. Anybody want to come in? I'm inviting you. We're gonna go for like another 20 minutes, and then I'm going to shut it down. Anybody want to come in, guys? Let me know. I dropped the link I dropped the link. So anybody want to join? You know what I mean? But yeah. But anyway, that's the good news with Tyson Fury, man. So he's talking good. He is talking good. He says he's 1,000% sure that the fight is going to happen. He is here in Las Vegas getting ready to training. I doubt if he's training to fight Wilder, so that's a good thing. Let's just hope that that we see this fight. Danny Garcia will move up to 154 and will bring up 147 pounders over there. Yeah, Danny Garcia gonna get the brakes beat off of him if he move to 154. Who he gonna beat? Charlo will kill him. He got beat to death by Errol Spence. Charlo will knock him out. Danny Garcia is slow. Danny Garcia has not beat one elite fighter in the welterweight division. He lost against Errol Spence. He lost against Sean Porter, and he lost against Keith Thurman. Danny Garcia is his best fights was at 140. Period. You see what I'm saying? Mr. Moore, what's going on, sir?
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. Doing good.
Hey, so let me ask you this. Well, first of all, we're gonna get the elephant out the way. That fight's gonna happen. They're gonna make that fight. Fury can talk all the garbage he wants. He's not gonna walk away from the biggest payday in his lifetime. So
yeah,
I know that fight's gonna happen.
I agree with that.
Now I got a question, Coach. Now here's my question. We pumping up Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis,
Right.
even lightweight, the boy Conor Ben, right?
Conor Ben, yeah. No, I think Conor Ben is a welterweight, right?
Yeah, the boy Conor Ben. Yeah, he's a welterweight. Yeah, we're pumping him up. Now, first question. I got a 3-part question. First question. What is your definition, the difference between a journeyman and a gatekeeper?
A journeyman and a gatekeeper. Damn, that's a damn good question. Well, the gatekeeper, he's the guy that everybody throws like the tough fights that don't nobody really want to go pick yet. Well, you got to fight him first. If you can get by him, then we will consider fighting you. That's the gatekeeper. A gatekeeper is Derek Chisora. That's a perfect example of a gatekeeper. Derek Chisora had like 10 losses. He fight anybody, right? That's a journeyman. A journeyman. Damn, that's a good question. I never thought about that.
Okay, see, my definition is a little different.
Okay.
My definition of a gatekeeper. See, you can't be a gatekeeper unless you've been behind the gate.
Right.
See what I'm saying? If you ain't never been behind the gate, you can't be a gatekeeper. So Sean Porter's a gatekeeper.
Hey, that's a good question.
Yeah. So Sean Porter's a gatekeeper.
Right,
Danny Garcia is a gatekeeper. Even you could call Mikey a gatekeeper, but not at welterweight because he never done shit.
He never done that.
Yeah,
he only had
welterweight.
one fight. He only had one fight at welterweight.
And got beat.
And
got the brakes beat off from him.
Yeah.
So those guys are gatekeepers. Now, my second part of my question: if we calling, are we calling Virgil Ortiz and Ennis? Are we putting them in the category of special fighter?
Yes, I'm Virgil Ortiz. I'm putting Boots Ennis in categories of special fighter myself.
Right.
That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's facts. I'm just saying that's just my opinion. Virgil Ortiz, he's not. It's nothing special to me about him. He's a damn good young fighter, but he's flat-footed. He doesn't have. He doesn't have the athleticism of a Boots Ennis. Right. You see what I'm saying? So I see it the same way. But I'm saying that to say this: we pushing fans, not everyone, but fans. A lot of fans. I've seen it around the internet lately. We pushing for Virgil to fight these top guys and for Boots to fight these top guys. Well, you know what, Coach? If we gonna call them special, they need to fight these guys. Because if my memory serves me correct, Leonard was 24 years old when he fought Wilfred Benitez and got the title. He was. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tommy Hearns was 22 years old when he fought Leonard. Leonard was 25, Hearns was 22.
Right.
So let's stop this. He's too young. He ain't ready. Look, fucking Ennis got 27 fights. I don't know how much more ready you got to be.
And he has the same amount of fights as Errol Spence. Errol Spence has 27 fights. Facts.
So let's stop with all this. If we gonna call these guys special and we gonna pump these guys up, then put them in there. Let's see what they got. In my opinion, they ain't never seen nothing like Terrence Crawford. They ain't never seen nothing like Errol Spence.
Right.
Sean Porter, I mean, people gonna crucify me for this. I really don't care because it's my opinion. Sean Porter's a basic fighter, man. He's basic. He's easy to figure out. He come forward. He got decent feet now. I ain't gonna say he flat-footed. He got decent feet. He's athletic, but he's coming right at you. Right. He's easy to figure out.
Right.
So Boots Ennis, in my opinion, he'll wash Sean Porter. He'll wash Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia's slow. He hits hard, but he's slow.
Yeah, he's slow.
You know what I'm saying? So let's stop, babysitting these fighters. If you gonna call them special, get them in there and let's see how special they are.
I totally agree with you. Like, if this guy's as good as you say he is, then they need to fight the top guys. Period. Now I don't think, Mr. Moore, I don't think that Crawford, Crawford my favorite fighter. I don't think Crawford or Spence will fight him. Not because they are afraid. You don't get on that level and be afraid. But I think where they're at in their careers, so some of them may be trying to unify, become undisputed, or maybe not. They're not looking at the young hungry lion. I was on Porter's podcast. Sean Porter have a podcast called the Porter Way Podcast.
Right. I see it all the time.
His guest asked him, he was like, the guys who we do the show with, they asked him about Boots. He said, I don't want no parts of that young man.
Yep, I was there. I saw it that day live. I saw that day live.
He said, I don't want no parts of that young man. Oh, we got Jay Fletcher in the building. He said, I don't want no parts of that young man. Because he said the only way, I think he said, correct me if I'm wrong, the only way he would fight him unless he had a belt and he was forced to fight him or something like that.
That's what he said. He said, only way I'll fight Boots Ennis is if I have to.
If you have to.
Other than that, I'm not fighting that dude. I don't want no parts of that. I'm cool. But I get that because Boots Ennis is the epitome. He's the definition of high risk, no reward. Because you fuck around and you go in there unprepared, Boots gonna beat you.
Right. Hey, Jay Fletcher, what's going on, man?
What's happening, coach? You good, yeah?
Hey, what's going on
with you, UK, boys?
How you doing?
Hey,
I'm good, man. Just a quick question, yeah? What do you reckon to Dylan White calling out Francis Ngannou?
Who? He's calling out who? Dillian White.
Francis Ngannou. UFC.
Oh, Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Oh, Ngannou.
Dylan White saying
that'd be a good fight.
Go with him.
That's a good fight.
You reckon?
Man. But he was in the MMA though.
I know, but they're on about doing a 2-fight deal, isn't they? One in the UFC, one in the boxing.
Man, that's gonna be a damn good fight. That's gonna be a
Tell me about it, man.
I'm going. Is it going to be a boxing match?
A boxing match, one in the boxing ring and one in the cage, isn't it? Dylan White has actually got Dylan White's got an MMA background, hasn't he?
I'm gonna go with Dillian White in the ring.
Yeah.
I have to. Now in the cage, I gotta go with in the cage, I gotta go with Ndongo. But in the ring,
yeah, you got it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Definitely, man. Pay-per-view, definitely in it. Got to be worth fucking pay-per-view.
Absolutely. Listen, that fight is gonna do numbers. That fight is gonna do numbers. And you know, Dillian White will fight anybody. That's what I like about Dillian White. He's not afraid of nobody.
I'll damn sure buy it.
Yeah, he'll fight Jay. He'll fight anybody. You at work?
Well, in it. Yeah, I'm at work, man. Working, boys.
Hey,
trying to get the pennies in.
Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate
boys,
you.
I'm gonna have to look and leave you, yeah. So, mate, try.
Okay, salute, brother. All right, Mr. Moore. Yeah, so man. Shout out to Jay Fletcher, man, for tuning in, man. I really appreciate you. You checking.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was really cool, man.
Give him a round of applause. Round of applause for Mr. Shelton Moore and Jay Fletcher for coming in, and Babs Magazine and Babs and Haleen and everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's what I wanted to talk to you about. That was just it, Coach. I love your show, man. And you give straight up and down the middle content, and that's what you look for, man. You get tired of all these biased narratives and this guy's great, this guy sucks, this guy great. Well, come on, man. You ain't got to build one guy. You ain't got to tear one guy down and build one guy up. You ain't got to do that.
You don't. Like I tell people all the time, why I have to hate Terrence Crawford to like Errol Spence? Or why I have to hate Errol Spence to like Terrence Crawford? Why I can't like both of them? And what it is why I can't like Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Now, of course, I'm gonna pick one who I think is going to win. That doesn't mean I hate Tyson Fury. That just means, hey man, I think Anthony Joshua's gonna win. I just something telling me that I think he's gonna beat him. That don't mean I'm right. But
Coach, you got to remember we come from a different era too. We're a little older, so the era we come from. You don't devote yourself to no man like that. I can't do that. That's a grown man. I like his fighting. I like him in the ring, but I can give a fuck less about that other shit. All that he's the best. No. I can't devote myself to no grown man like that. I'm a grown man my goddamn self.
Yeah, you on the wrong, which side of the street you on, and
who gives a fuck?
You with? Like,
how much are you getting? How much am I getting? I ain't getting shit. So it's actually gonna cost me money to watch you fight.
I don't care about the side of the street. I don't care about the promotional companies. All I care about, man, is y'all gonna get in the ring and fight. Can we see these fights?
That's it. I just want the entertainment. I'm gonna pay for it anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. It's gonna cost me money to watch you fight. So I don't give a damn what you make.
I mean, you got these fans, these fanboys. They put their fighters in protective custody. Well, no, he can't fight this fight over here because this fight over here he ain't did nothing yet. He got to build his resume up first.
Well, shit. If that's the way you feel, then your favorite fighter needs to go work at Walmart or get a job in a construction crew or something. Because if you're a fighter, you're supposed to fight whoever they line up.
Right,
Whoever they line up, that's who you fight.
Listen, Bruce goes. The guy named Bruce goes says, he said today's boxers aren't nearly as tough as fighters even 20 years ago. It's sad, but nobody goes to the head of the class today. I totally agree.
That's facts, Bruce. That's facts, Bruce.
Bruce, you hit the nail right on the head. Bruce. Let me give you. Let me ring the Ali bell. You know what I mean? This is the Ali bell right here, man. You know,
Yes, sir.
I know my main man. I know my main man. What's my main man? He got the Tyson bell. He got the Tyson bell. I got the Ali bell.
Yeah. I had to explain to somebody the other day. I'm finna go, but I had to explain to somebody the other day, Coach. They was telling me how Muhammad Ali was overrated.
Oh,
I said overrated.
I would have had to walk.
I said, how could you call a guy? I just told him. I said, how could you call a guy overrated who fought everybody that was available?
Yeah, I would.
And you didn't have to wait 6 months to get the fight. He was fighting every 3-4 months.
Hey,
on TV, we watching him.
I would have walked away.
Everybody.
Hey, Mr. Moore, as soon as he would have said that, it was time for me to walk away. I see, no, what I'm saying. I can't. You know nothing about boxing. I'm gonna walk down. I'm gonna walk away from you right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Coach. Good talking to you, man. You know I have to chime in as much as I can, man. You have a great day and keep doing what you're doing, brother.
All right, thank you so much, sir. So right now we're gonna give Shep Moore a round of applause and ring the Tyson bell. We got somebody else in right now. We got my main man Bo. Bo, what's going on, fam?
Hey, what's up, Coach?
Hey, what's going on with you, brother? Talk to me.
Chilling, man. Man, you know the LDBC, man. They spinning narratives just so they could get no donations for they fake news, man. That's what it's all about, really, with them and whatnot. They not even trying to spit facts. They just got these gullible subscribers that'll fall for all these narratives that they do, because it was the other side of the street for Terrence Crawford, but then when it come to Boots, now they trying to put Boots and tell him to cross the street to go fight Terrence Crawford himself. You know what I'm saying? and the fact that gets what I don't understand, right? So they somebody like Spence used that other side of the street joint, right? But this is the same dude that crossed the damn ocean to go fight Kell Brook for the belt. So I don't even understand this other side of the street nonsense, that narrative that all of them be kicking.
And I don't get that. Like, I love, like, Errol Spence is a damn good fighter. He's one of my favorite fighters. I really like him. Terrence Crawford is my favorite fighter. Now, but I'm not gonna cap for Terrence Crawford. Look, I want to see you fight Sean Porter. I want to see you or fight Virgil Ortiz. Fight somebody who's worth fighting. But there's all this other side of the street stuff, and you with the wrong. This is crazy. Like, again, bro. Like, I'm 47. I'm not used to seeing this stuff. I'm used to seeing fighters fight. You know what I mean? I want to ask you a question, Bo. Check this out. Now, you remember how the PBC came up? What Peter Barnard said, Al Haymon and the PBC need to make the Crawford and Spence fight after Ugas. I don't think making that fight with Aaron would be hard to make. No, it won't be hard to make. They hide behind. That's Spence hiding behind. He's over there with Al Haymon. Not Al Haymon. Bob Arum be lying. This, that, yada yada yada. No, man, it ain't got nothing to do with no Bob Arum. That dude don't want to fight. Period. But I'm not saying he don't want to fight because he's scared. I'm not saying that. For whatever the reason, maybe he don't like Terrence Crawford, and Spence seemed like the type of guy, like, he won't fight Keith Thurman. They on the same side of the street. He won't fight Keith Thurman. So I think Spence seemed like the type of guy, if he doesn't like you, he won't even get in the ring with you and fight you. And that's what it seemed like to me. He don't like the guy, so he won't fight him. But the PBC was Floyd Mayweather. I want to bring this up to you guys. Floyd Mayweather made the PBC. Didn't nobody know nothing about the PBC till Floyd Mayweather, right? Floyd Mayweather, because Al Haymon, he's kind of like a broker in boxing. He has a hedge fund where he has multiple investors invest in the PBC. This is how the PBC is ran as a company, how it's formulated. He has multiple investors who invested in PBC that got them going. Al Haymon used to work with Golden Boy. He used to work over there with Golden Boy. Then he formed the PBC. A lot of those fighters that you see on PBC, they used to be signed with Golden Boy. Deontay Wilder was with Golden Boy. The Charlo twins was with Golden Boy. Spence was with Golden Boy. When Al Haymon formed his own stuff, and the president of Golden Boy which was I forgot the Spanish guy's name. I keep forgetting his name, but he ended up getting sued by Oscar De La Hoya. All of those fighters left and went with Al Haymon with PBC. Now, once Floyd Mayweather retired to stop boxing, financially PBC has not been making money like that for years. They haven't, because the cash cow left, which was Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, remember they was doing big pay-per-view numbers. No one is doing numbers like that with the PBC. No one. That's why it baffled me when Spence said that, when not Spence, but he said I'm doing better numbers than Crawford. That is facts. He is doing better numbers than Crawford. I can't argue that, right? Personally, I think Crawford should take the 60-40. Honestly. But there has been no negotiations. There's been stuff on Twitter. There's been Errol Spence saying something out of his mouth on Twitter. It ain't been no paperwork, so I don't even count that as negotiations. But I say all that to say this: when the Alphabet Boys go to saying, well, Spence is the new cash cow pay-per-view, how in the hell? He did 360,000 pay-per-view buys with Mikey Garcia. That's terrible. He did 300,000 with Sean Porter, and he did 250,000 he did 250,000 with Danny Garcia. Those are terrible numbers. I've been watching pay-per-view fights forever, since the 80s. I know, and I did a show where I showed the top 30 pay-per-view buys and sales of all time. Errol Spence ain't even the top goddamn 100. He's not even the top 50. And Terrence Crawford is doing worse than Errol Spence from a pay-per-view standpoint. So don't tell me about no damn numbers. But he doing terrible. He has a net worth of $8 million. So stop telling me, well, they getting money over there. He worth this. The man worth $8 million net worth. I looked it up. Terrence Crawford is worth $8 million. Those PBC fighters ain't making no money like that. But you'll never know watching their social media, right? The Charlos is worth like $3-4 million. Net worth. We're talking about net worth. What you bring home, what you get to keep. Those guys ain't making no money like that over there. The only guy that's making real money over there with the PBC is Deontay Wilder. He's the only one. And he doing terrible numbers. And he made his most money fighting Tyson Fury. That's where his money bulk of his money came from. But I don't mean to go on a rant, Bold, but I'm saying all that to say this. They need to stop the ego tripping. That's what I'm saying, and fight each other. Listen, me being a fight fan, I want to see Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight each other. I don't give a damn about the other side of the street. I don't give a damn about Al Haymon. I don't give a damn about Bob Arum. I don't give a damn about none of that. I want to see them fight each other. And why should we as fight fans have to suffer because one guy have an ego and another guy saying the hell with it, he through with the fight because he's been chasing this guy for 3 years. The power that be should make this fight happen.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%, man. I mean, the only people are really losing now, just all the fans and whatnot, man. The thing is I don't like the politics of boxing. And at one point in time, I had fell out of love with boxing. I had to recently, well, I ain't gonna say recently, but I say as much as about 5 years ago, really get back into it. Because I felt as though the politics of boxing was like destroying the whole concept. And I just noticed like a lot of these guys at the PBC, man, when they don't want to fight somebody, those guys on the PBC always try to say, call Al. That's their favorite line for ducking a fight. They say, call Al. But then when they want to fight somebody, they don't tell their opponent to call out. They out on the front lines talking about, hey, you got a belt. That's what I want now.
Yeah, he did say that. What's the name? Spence said that, and that's what get me like, I'm my own boss. I remember he told Crawford, I'm my own boss. You got a boss. I ain't got no boss. You do have a boss. Fighters with the PBC, they are not free to fight anybody who they want to fight. That's a lie. You know what I mean? They have a contract with Al Haymon, their advisor. They cannot make any decisions independent of their own. So all this, so all these fighters on my own. Now Pacquiao, he's not under contract with anybody. But the way the PBC contracts is structured, I'm gonna do a show on that to show you guys. These guys at the PBC ain't their own boss. They have to call Al. They got to call Al. They got to get permission from Al Haymon because Al Haymon has contracts with the networks. The networks is going to be the ones that help foot the bill and put the money up for these fights. And they're only going to put money up to see fights that's going to make sense financially. That's why Spence can't fight anybody, no bum. He fought Ocampo, right? He fought Ocampo. That was a terrible fight. They lost money on that. But he's going to have to fight high caliber fighters now. Him and Terrence Crawford is going to have to fight each other. There ain't no way around it. They're going to have to fight each other. Terrence Crawford should fight Sean Porter next, because I want to see that fight. He better fight Sean Porter. Fight Sean Porter next, and then they're going to want to see how he do with Sean Porter. And depending on how that fight go, it'll probably be another obstacle, but they need to fight each other. Period.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be obstacles when it comes to Crawford, man. I mean, like, you know, that's all they do, man. It's somebody, whoever threatens their favorite fighter, they're going to try to, you know, discredit, you know, their resumes and stuff like that and say, oh, he needs to go that route. But somebody like Ocampo or, you know, Peterson, they ain't got to do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got, you know, they could take the easy, you know, route and just get fast track to a title bout and whatnot. So I never understood these narratives that they be spinning. And, you know, I feel bad for as well, because they be doing that too, is like, to somebody like Andre get the same treatment for these damn PBC fighters or whatnot. You know, they talk about they don't like his style, he hasn't fought anybody and all that other stuff. I mean, these are the narratives that, you know, they be spinning, and the gullible you know, YouTube people on there like the LDBC, man, they go along with that flow.
Hey, shout out to H Money Boxing, man. If you guys never heard of H Money Boxing, please go to his channel, subscribe. He is a damn good brother. He's very, because he has very objective. He's very objective. He has Bill Haney on all the time. He's really good for the sport of boxing. H Money Boxing, Punch Boxing, Blood Boxing. There's a couple other ones that I forgot. You know, IF. What is it? IFPL. Yeah, that dude there, IFBL. It's a couple of them. I'm gonna have a list of some good guys you guys can follow. Wait a minute, Pete. Let's address this question here. Bo. Peter Barnard say, Coach, you may not give a damn, but it's the sanctioning bodies and promoters that make these fights. Yes, Peter Barnard, you're right. I don't mean I don't give a damn in that aspect. What I mean by that is the excuses that these fighters use not to fight each other. Well, you on this side of the street and you on that side of the street. I totally agree. The promoters and the sanctioning bodies, who are the power brokers, they need to make these fights happen like they used to do back in the day. Unfortunately, they don't do that anymore. You see what I'm saying? No, but you're right about that. You're right about that, Peter Barnard. The powers that be should make these fights happen. I agree with that. Because that's the only way we're going to get them. That's the only way we're going to get them. You know what I mean? So you're right about that, Peter. I was wrong on that. You're right about that. Let's see. We got one more question. Lawrence, when did someone belittles Muhammad Ali? He don't know boxing. Yeah. When someone say Ali was overrated, I won't even argue with you. I'll turn around and just walk off. It's time to walk off at that point. You know what I mean? So, hey, yeah, Bo, anything else you want to talk about, brother?
Nah, man. You know, thanks for the welcome me on the show, man. And I'm gonna keep on watching and whatnot, man.
Yes, sir, bro. Hey, man, where you from?
Originally New York, but you know, I grew up in Baltimore.
Oh man, B-more, man. I used to drive trucks, right? I was in Maryland. No, I was in not Maryland, Landover, Maryland. I was in Baltimore. This is like 2000, I want to say 15. It was cold too, man. Like, man, I love Baltimore, man. I love Baltimore. Baltimore, it's a rough city.
Yeah.
But love the people there, man. And that's because of these damn politicians, man. These politicians, man, I don't like politicians. But I don't want to talk about politics right now. But I can't stand politicians, bro. They treat the people any kind of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, but salute to you, fam, man. Much love to you, bro. I really appreciate that. We're going to give my man Bo a round of applause. Round of applause for my man Bo. We're going to clap for my brother here, man. Taking the time out, rocking with the old man. You know, Coach Malachi, man. I really appreciate that, fam.
All right, have a good one, Coach.
All right, you too, brother. Hey, man, everybody, man. Yeah, man, I really appreciate it, man. My man Smith and West. What's up, bro? Hey, I like that beard, though, bro. I like that beard. Smith and West. I'm trying to grow mine out, too, man. You know, I got some stuff I'm using, like right here to get those patches. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying, man. It's hard. What you say? Andre dropped out the Charlo fight. Yeah, he did. That's what happened. Andre dropped out of that fight the week of the fight. They had 1 week left before they were to fight each other, and Andre dropped out of it. So ever since he did that, he's been getting all kind of flack. And then no one, he's been blackballed from that point on. Eddie Hearn deserves respect. I'm not a fan of him, but he's going in actually carrying. Yeah, man. Eddie Hearn is good for the sport of boxing. Eddie Hearn is the only promoter out there that I see that's actively, consistently making big fights. I like Eddie Hearn. And as it relates to this Tyson Fury fight and Anthony Joshua, from what we have seen, Eddie Hearn has been the only one that's been actively trying to make this fight happen. Why? Bob Arum is promoter, but he's 90 years old. Frank Warren, it was as though, and even hearing from Team Fury when they were saying, I doubt it happens, and yada, 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 even though they just signed the contracts in March, they officially signed the contract to fight each other in March and said that they had 30 days to secure a venue and a date. Eddie Hearn's delivered. Regardless of how you feel about Eddie Hearn, he came through in the clutch. But it seemed like Team Fury, and me not banging on Fury, but they've been so negative, and Frank Warren and Bob Arum, it was as though they wanted Eddie Hearn to fail. They wanted him to fail. And I don't understand why. When Eddie Hearn, listen, Fury, this is going to be the biggest payday you ever had in your life. Yeah, I would have been flying all over the world with Eddie Hearn to help promote this fight, trying to make this happen. Let me get this straight. Sick note, check this out. Me and you fixing to fight each other, right? You're going to get paid $70 million to fight me. I'm going to get paid $70 million to fight you. And we have my main man, Smith & Wesson, right here, right? Smith & West, he the promoter. I'm going to be doing everything in my power. He's trying to find funding for us to fight each other. I'm going to do everything in my power to roll with Smith & West to make sure this fight happens. You want to know why? Because it's financial beneficial to me. Why would I be on the sideline saying, oh, I don't think it's going to happen, and it's whatever, I'm going to walk away and this and that. What am I going to walk away from? And what am I going to walk away to? $70 million, I'm going to walk away to go make $5 million to fight somebody else, or $10 million to fight somebody else? Child to the please. I don't get it. It was as though they was trying to make sure that Eddie Hearn failed. I don't get it. If you have a country behind you, or a big SM, you a big draw. If Wilder had more support from his country, or people would have a trilogy. Yeah. Why don't have a support like that? He need to ask himself that, though. He need to ask himself that. Let's see. Hold on, I think someone gave a super chat. Tune. Shout out to Tune for the super chat. Everybody, fantasy fight, Ali versus Tyson. Who you got? Oh, I got Ali, man. I got Ali. Mike Tyson said that if he fought Ali, fantasy, he said Ali would beat him. So I'm gonna run with that. I'm always gonna say Ali. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say Ali, man. Like Ali is like the holy grail. No one would say anything disrespectful about Ali. I hated Larry Holmes because he beat up Ali. Because Ali was old and he wasn't the same anymore. And Larry Holmes beat the brakes off Ali, man. And I'm mad, he beat him for 11 rounds. And I think that fight did a lot to him. You know what I mean? Retro Boxing, what do you say? We ain't old, coach. Retro Boxing. Hey, man, some of the kids, they say that, I'm almost 50. So it's like, they're like, man, you getting old. I got the little grays right here. But I don't feel it, bro. Like I'm very, very energetic, a lot of energy, go to the gym about 5 days a week. I don't feel it at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have like little nagging injuries and stuff like on my shoulder and stuff, but outside of that, yeah, I don't feel old. It's really an inside joke. I tell myself the old man. You know what I mean? I'm an old man now. You know what I mean? Because when I was younger, I never thought that I would live to see this age. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's why I say that. But I'm really just joking with myself. Really just joking. Jack Dempsey. Salute to you, fam. So what time we're gonna ring the Ali bell for Jack Dempsey, man. We got Showbiz the Adult, got the Tyson bell. So I can't take the Tyson bell. So I got to say the Ali bell. We got the Ali bell right here, man. You see what I'm saying? What's going on? Show him what do you say? Fast Coast, the only boxing bias I have is Ali. Hey man, Ali, man. It's Ali over anybody. Ali over Tyson Fury, Ali over AJ, Ali over Mike Tyson, Ali over Lennox Lewis, Ali over Riddick Bowe, Razor Ruddy. I don't care. Holyfield, Ali over anybody. I'm never going to say anything bad about Ali. Never. The old Ali or the young Ali. I don't care. You know what I mean? Colin, what do you say? Eddie Hearn is not the type of person he thinks like his father, Sly, and he boxes monkeys. Okay. What do you say? Eddie Hearn is not the person he thinks like his father. Oh, okay. Yeah. Eddie Hearn's father was a shrewd businessman. Absolutely. Eddie Hearn's father is something else. Helene, what do you say? The mayor of London wants to fight in Wembley. AJ versus yeah. I wonder how much money they're gonna put up. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go to the highest bidder though. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn has been great for boxing. UK boxing was terrible, and Eddie Hearn's made it huge. The guy's a great promoter. Absolutely, man. I hear people from the UK say that Eddie Hearns was nobody. You know, he's just a rich, spoiled kid. I don't care. Listen, it's not his fault that he was born into money. I wish I was born into money. All of you guys, if you had the opportunity to be born into money, I'm pretty sure you would choose to do that, right? So yeah, man, I don't care nothing about none of that, man. Eddie Hearn, man, putting on good fights. He putting on good fights, bro. He putting on good fights. You know what I mean? So, Paul, what do you say, Paul? Fight's going to be made. They're just doing usual negotiations on the fight that's big. Yeah, absolutely. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. And the fact that Tyson Fury is doing interviews with what's the name of the I forgot the name of the people, the name of the company he did an interview with. It was a female. I even forgot her name. So I forget. I'll be forgetting like little small details like that. I gotta have the stuff written down. But even with the interview that I was going to show you guys, he was very, very positive. So I like that. I really do like that because us fight fans deserve to see some good fights. You see what I'm saying? We deserve to see some good fights. All right, guys. Listen, man. I gotta holler at you guys later, man. Because right now, one time for my main man Jay Fletcher. So listen, guys. I got to get ready to bounce. You know, I gotta take my son to karate. So I'm gonna give everybody a shout out. You know how I do it. We're gonna give everybody a shout out. You know, shout out to my main man Paul. Round of applause to everybody in the audience. Shout out to Paul. Shout out to the Sick Note Simpkins. Shout out to Mad Dog H. Shout out to Jay Fletcher. Salute to you, brother. Thank you so much for checking in. Shout out to Toon. Good looking out for the super chats, Toon. Shout out to you for taking the time out to rock with the old man. Halim, shout out to you, brother. You know me and you tight. Let's see. H Money Boxing. H Money. My main man, H Money. Salute to you, fam. Salute to you. Y'all subscribe to H Money Boxing, man. Colin, salute to you. Let's see. What do you say? You name one fighter who can beat Terrence Crawford. He won't back out. All scared of Crawford. Yeah, man. Shout out to Colin. Shout out to Paul CX. Shout out to Paul. Let's see. Shout out to the Mad Dog H. Shout out to Mr. Shelton Moore, Peter Barnard. Shout out to you, fam. King Midas, Lisa Bales. We can't forget about Carmen Serene as well. She stopped in to holler at the old boy. Lifetime Eon. Let's see. What you say? H Money. Facts. Malachi. Adrian Broner was the golden boy. You're talking about Richard Schaefer. Yeah, Richard Schaefer. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Richard Schaefer. I always forget his name, H Money. Richard Schaefer was the guy who, when Oscar De La Hoya was going through his drug issues, he allowed Al Heyman to get all those fighters that Golden Boy had. Yeah, man, you're right. Richard Schaefer. That's what it was. Thank you so much, H Money. You know, H Money, he remember way more stuff than I do. So you know what I mean? So let's see. Peter Von Arts. Toon, shout out to you. E3 Illa, shout out to you. Yeah, it was Schaefer. You're right. No 60-40, only 50-50 or no fight. H Money. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see who else we got. Lisa Bell, shout out. King Midas, Jay Fletcher. Let's see. Peter Von Arts, my main man. Mad Dog H. I can't forget about my main man. Tell him as well. He wasn't with us today, but I gotta send a shout out to him too. Shelton Moore, Smith and West. What's going on, fam? Shout out to my brother Smith and West. Let's see. Lifetime Eon. Let's see. No, I don't like leaving without giving. J Max, salute. Robert Brown, salute. Let's see. Want to make sure I get everybody. Retro Boxing and Documentary, salute to you, fam. Bruce Goals, salute. Let's see. Paul, salute. My sister Lisa Bell. Man, I love Lisa. Let's see. Colin, what's going on, brother? Oh, that's Colin. Colin Egerton, salute to you. And I think that's it. Jack Dempsey, salute. Jack Dempsey, one of my favorite fighters as well. Old school heavyweights. And I think that's it. That's everybody. Other than that, this is boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. We're gonna ring the Ali bell for everybody, man. And shout out to everybody who rocked with the boy. And peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.